Hi, I'm Starry. Welcome to the House of Starstrider. Those of you who know me through social media have probably seen that my full name is Ormistariel. That came from my love of dragons and more specifically Ursula K. Le Guin, my favorite author of all time. Orm is sort of the title of dragons in the Earthsea series. It's a little more complex than that, but you'll either have to read the series yourself or wait for me to make a long rambling video about it. And Astariel is the hidden magical name of the best friend, Vetch, the main character, Sparrowhawk. Vetch gives Sparrowhawk this hidden name, Astariel, this true name that can give him, of course, magical powers over Astariel's existence, really, at a time when Sparrowhawk needed to know that even if he couldn't trust himself, a friend was still ready to put complete trust in him. I believe that was what kept his hope going, which is pretty important for a main character, you know. Now for a little background on the House of Starstrider. That was inspired by a show called Pose and by queer culture itself. Pose specifically shows the ballroom culture of the 80s, I believe. Please feel free to look it up and check. It is a wonderful show. I cannot stress to you how much I love this show, and it's helped me feel more connected and find ways to feel more connected to the communities that I want to build. But basically, if you know anything about that, like ballroom culture and the performances they do, they often have houses. While I am not going to be dancing or creating beautiful outfits anytime soon, at least, or training anyone as they do, the house mothers, the concept of that and the characters themselves really resonated with the kinds of things that I've always wanted to accomplish in my life. Basically, they create a family that will care for and protect each other while the whole world, even their own blood relatives, are against them for being some kind of queer, whatever their identity may be. Some of them were gay, many of them were trans, and I highly recommend Pose for the trans representation because the trans characters are played by trans actors. So when I watched Pose and saw this concept that was basically what I had always wanted to do but had no idea that there was this kind of structure for a family like that in queer culture in such a way, I decided to start my own house, and which went through a couple names, but it is now the House of Starstrider, led by myself and my partner, and many children or relatives, you might say, in it, both close, longtime friends and family, and new people that we might have just met at a con or online. The name Starstrider itself has been through its own long journey. Little Starry had a huge unicorn plushie when she was little that I actually still have somewhere, who was a beautiful blue unicorn named Darla. Don't remember exactly why, but first of all, I did not like the name Darla, and for some reason I decided it needed to be a boy, so I named him King Starstrider. And of course, it's been used quite a few other places, but I feel this is the best place that the Starstrider name could possibly be used in, and that's the background on myself being called Ormistariel, or Starry, and our community being called House of Starstrider. The most important thing at our core, our community's core, our organization, is that interconnectedness, that support for each other. Our goals are things like showing people that they aren't alone in whatever they're feeling or going through, whether somebody else has experienced it as well, or we just have support for them that they might not be getting anywhere else. We want to help people adult in this nonsense world. It's not easy, and I've found that I've been very lucky with how my parents raised me, and no, not like adulting is super easy, but I am still able to accomplish a lot of things that so many people I know are just unaware of that they can do or approach things a certain way. We're also here to help people keep hope alive in their hearts. I'm sure we've all had times that it's been hard or non-existent even. Keeping hope alive is very important, but again, it can be a huge struggle. And whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, having people you can talk to and who get it really can help so much in not giving in to the despair and continuing on to a better time. A huge goal of mine personally is also to be kinder to those who have hurt us, whether or not they're going to be kinder. And I'm not saying just turn the other cheek necessarily, but while it's hard, I have found that treating others with kindness helps me to treat myself with more kindness as well. Not that we're going to go crawling back to those who have hurt us. It's simply about spreading more understanding, kindness, and consideration in the world for ourselves and others. I myself have hurt people who I want to do better for. And as I work through that, discover my own motivations for why I acted certain ways or said certain things, I find that it can help me to understand why others might have acted certain ways or said certain things that hurt me or someone I care about a lot. But of course, even if their intentions may be maybe not good, but their intentions may not be to harm us, that doesn't mean we have to just roll over and take it. Instead of villainizing myself or those people, I'd rather understand. For myself, it helps me to get better for myself and how I treat others, and myself in my head. I hope that someday, the people who have chosen not to try to improve will see things like this that I'm putting out, or maybe somebody watching this might put out, that shows you can always change. You can always improve. You can always change for the worse as well. But I have seen people overcome such hardships and still be kind to others. I've seen people figure out how to work through their mental illness in a way that they won't let it affect how they interact with others. They do their best to communicate and make it easier for themselves and others. I feel the more communication and understanding in this world, the less harm we will do to others, and the less harm will be able to be done to ourselves. I've had friendship group breakups that seem huge and earth-shattering at the time. And even now, I'm still sad, yes. I still miss those friends, whether or not they think of me as friends or even thought of me as friends when I thought we were friends. I know I can miss them, but move on better, because the ways that they hurt me don't have to be permanent. I don't have to hold on to the sadness or the rage or the despair. I can keep going, and I have, and I find that every time the friends who are still with me, of course, are the best, and I can count on them, and they care, and they support me. I found that as friend groups have their little breakups and stuff, and sides are chosen, I guess. Personally, I like the idea of it's us against the world kind of thing. I would like to work with the world, but that's a whole nother separate thing. But when it comes to where we're supposed to be a group, and now we're picking sides, I never want to pick sides. I was in the group to be a group. And we can do that. We can change how these things happen. We can change the hurt. We can change how people feel betrayed by those they've given so much love to. And we can redirect that and put it to better use for ourselves and those who want to receive that love. This is starting to get a little preachy, so I'm going to end it by sharing our vision for both this YouTube channel and the House of Starstrider in general. We want to change our culture for the better, to more community-based and straightforward communication. The US especially has a very independent-focused culture. We're not supposed to ask for help. We're not supposed to burden other people like that. You're supposed to be able to do it yourself. It doesn't have to be that way. Now, yes, it's not like all community-based cultures in the rest of the world are perfect, but no culture is. That's what we're here for, to keep improving and moving things forward, to keep making things better for us now and for future generations. So if you want to do better in interpersonal situations, this is the place for you. We want to empower people to be able to learn, and not just everyone else. It's not going to be just me, little talking head, saying, this is how you have to do it, this is how you have to communicate and be open. You guys might teach me things too. I've learned so much thanks to the internet. Yes, the internet can be a horrible, awful place, but so long as there are people who are trying to share their knowledge, to share their kindness, their caring, and inspire others, there will always be hope. I'm going to do my best to be one of those people, and I hope you'll join me. And finally, please remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment. We have a Discord I will add in the caption of this video. It's got links to all of our other accounts. We've been pretty active on Twitch, trying to get a regular schedule going so that we are streaming at least once a week. So now's a great time, since we don't have a solid set schedule yet, to help us determine what that's going to look like. Whatever works for the most of our audience. Thank you so much for watching this, and I hope you stick around. I hope to see you in our Discord or Instagram or anywhere you feel like reaching out. Thanks, and see you in the next video.